advised.
Greetings from the Philippines to the world. We are on Facebook Live on Eagle News and Net25 TV and also on our streaming site eaglenewslive.com. Watch us on our YouTube channel at Net25 TV. I am Cesar Vallejos. Welcome to Open for Business. Join me discover the latest news and information in business around the world. Stay ahead of the curve from vision to action. Collaboration, or collab, as some say it, is key in facing today's challenges. Several organizations and companies are joining hands together in an effort to jumpstart the economy. Multi-sectoral groups are formed and banks extend their help to micro-enterprises and small and mid-sized enterprises to help their businesses afloat and eventually survive the global pandemic. That is exactly what our guests today are doing, extending economic lifeline to our MSMEs and offer solutions that small businesses can use to remain open in these tough times. We have very stellar guests today, very distinguished businessmen and notable personalities from the Association of Filipino Franchisers, Inc., as well as a key figure from Security Bank, who will share their insights in today's episode. Roby Pablo, the first Vice President for Cash Management Solutions of Security Bank, will join us later. But when Open for Business returns, we'll start the conversation with Mr. George Winicky, President of AFI, and Eric Caigla, Chairman of the Board of AFI. Open for Business will return. Stay with us.
Do you want to earn a degree while you work? New Era University now offers Expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation Program, or ETIAP. ETIAP is an educational scheme that recognizes knowledge, skills, and prior learning obtained by individuals from non-formal and informal education experiences. It is implemented through deputized higher educational institutions like the New Era University that awards the appropriate degrees. Programs offered are the following: Master's Program, Masters of Arts in Education, major in Educational Management, Master's Program in Business Administration, Bachelor of Arts in Science, major in Political Science, Bachelor of Arts in Science, major in Mass Communication, Bachelor of Science in Education, major in Filipino, major in English, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with majors in Human Resources Development, Marketing Management, and Financial Management. Beneficiaries must be Filipinos who have attained at least high school level of education. The program is flexible and you don't need to attend regular classes. Expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation Program, or ETIAP, is under the supervision of Dr. Nilo L. Rosas, the University President, and Professor Anita P. Santos, Director of ETIAP. For more information, contact the following: Cristina Moreno, 0995-138-0786, or email cvmoreno@meu.edu.ph, or Arlene Sarmiento, 0906-298-9150, or email cedctl@meu.edu.ph. What are you waiting for? Let New Era University be your partner in achieving your dreams.
Open for Business is back. And as I mentioned earlier, we have very stellar guests. These are a very popular resource persons of also of franchisors and franchisees, Mr. George Winnicky, the president of AFI, and Mr. Eric Caeg, the chairman of the board of the Association of Filipino Franchisers, Inc. George and Eric, good day to both of you po.
Okay, good day po. Magandang araw po. I'm happy that I was invited here in behalf of our association, AFI. Maraming salamat. Thank you so much.
Eric?
Hi, good day, Cesar, and to all the viewers of your program. Thank you for having us.
I mentioned earlier, both of you, I see all your guestings and sharing of insights to a lot of MSMEs, especially with Filipino franchisors. And so far, you've been very, very helpful to the MSMEs with your insights and with your rich experience. But my first question now, especially now that you somehow already know what the small businesses are telling you. You know, we're now in the era or a very specific time where businesses have to bounce back. So far, with all these conferences and webinars that you have seen, and with the feedback that you are getting from the franchisees, small businessmen, from MSMEs, how are they feeling? How are they affected? What's going on now with AFI? Maybe we'll start with George.
Actually, it's been almost 165 days already since the lockdown. At this point, they know already the reality of what they're facing. Business is going to be very tough and very uphill. I know everybody is trying their best to pivot, to innovate, to survive. One thing nice about our fellow entrepreneurs, the micro, small, medium enterprise, they're so resilient. They're really going to find ways to really survive this trial. That's why us in AFI, about a month ago, created a national campaign, which we called Bayanihan. And this Bayanihan, the main objective of this Bayanihan is to give encouragement to the micro, small, medium enterprise. And
Sir George,
also
yeah.
to give the message. Sorry.
Before I ask you about Bayanihan, Sir George, I'd like to ask Eric first. Because we know that during the start of the enhanced community quarantine, a lot of businessmen, MSMEs, were not prepared. In your case, in your discussions with MSMEs and with the members of the of AFI, you know, how were they feeling? And I think, as George mentioned, of course, AFI members and even you as businessmen pivoted immediately and created those innovations. But I'd like to know how unprepared or how prepared were these MSMEs during the initial onset of the pandemic. Eric?
Well, Cesar, everyone was caught unaware with the pandemic that came in March. And with most of our members having their businesses and branches located in malls, malls were closed for 3 months and cash flow was stopped. And initial concerns of employers are, number one, health and safety of their workers. Number two, cash flow management. And somehow what we were encouraging them to do is, number one, communicate to their employees that they are doing something. We encourage them to abide with the IATF rules, specifically with DOLE and DTI. And some were even contemplating on closing their businesses and laying off people. And these are the two things that we were trying to avoid at the onset. President George here was able to initiate a communication to the mall managers appealing for a leniency in terms of lease rates, and he'll probably be in a more proper position to explain what he did. it became favorable to the request of the tenants, and more so, aside from the businesses, owners were actually worried about their own selves and their families.
That's right. That's right.
So initially the mindset was being challenged. You know, as President George said, no, NPLEPs are resilient, but then again, this thing came as a surprise, and with health and freedom being threatened, you know, really we did not have the answer. But what we were able to do, again, as AFI initiated the first platform online forum, again, President George brainchilded this event. And it became a weekly event that gave the members and even allied partners a window for communicating to each other and giving that initially the moral support. And from there, we got better news through communication channels to our government partners, specifically DTI.
Yeah. Thank you, Chairman Eric. And actually, us at Open for Business, we see that as well. We have been guesting a lot of small businesses and we heard their challenges. Talagang yung mga unang sinabi nila, talagang pera ang problema because of course, they needed money to pay their rents and also to give us salaries to their employees. And they were not only supposed to provide salaries, but of course to help or provide support or ayuda, to their employees during the time of pandemic. Now, President George introduced a very interesting concept. As a matter of fact, it's right behind him. We see that Bayanihan, which is something very exciting, and people, small businesses who watch Open for Business and Net25 have been seeing this campaign of Bayanihan. We air that also as our service for free to MSMEs and of course to AFI with the prodding of our partners including Security Bank and Globe My Business. President George, back to you. What is Bayanihan and what is that advocacy and how can it help MSMEs?
Okay, just for the background, the registered businesses in the Philippines, the composition of the micro, small, medium enterprise is 99.6%. And the 4% are the big companies. Dun sa 99.6%, 86% of that are the micro, small, medium enterprise, which is the hardest hit in this pandemic. They're not prepared. They have no idea what is a pandemic. They have no idea what is a lockdown. Okay, as our chairman said, we had to move. We had to create an emergency podcast to inform them and to guide them and to give them moral support. And then through that journey, we saw that we are now preparing for the opening of the business via GCQ. But the problem is, the biggest problem is the confidence of the consumer. And also, the second problem is the confidence of the micro, small, medium enterprise. Lalaban pa ba sila o magsusurrender na sila? So, what we did was to ask people for help. Let's create a national campaign to focus on how to motivate our consumer and the micro, small, medium enterprise. Ang pangalan nga, we created a song, ang title, pwedeng mangarap pa. So we asked Mr. Gary Valenciano. In fact, I don't even know him. I just told my wife, present to him the concept, and all of a sudden, he said yes. When he said yes, I talked to Hil Chua, one of the owner of the biggest advertising agency in the Philippines. Because AFI does not have money, does not have funds. How do we mount this? Again, when we presented this, he fell in love. He fell in love. And then, all of a sudden, you have KBP, you have DTI, you have PANA, you have Philippine Marketing Association with us. And then, of course, the production house, which is Unitel Production, answered. And gave us a big discount to reduce the commercial.
Mhm.
And we are running this. This is the first leg of our project, the Bayanihan, the AFI Bayanihan.
Mhm.
Again, this is not for AFI. This is for the whole micro, small, medium enterprise. After launching Bayanihan, the video of Gary, we created a marketplace to host and to house the micro, small, medium enterprise to sell their products with a minimal percentage, because other marketplace, they charge 20%, 30%, and even 25%.
Mhm.
Sa AFI po, yung marketplace po namin, we only charge 5% just for maintenance of our backbone. So we are offering this. After that, we are now talking to other partners like the banking institutions, to give assistance to the micro, small, medium enterprise. We're very active in coordinating with the government, especially DTI, with regards with information, with regards of requests or other surveys that they need from us.
Mhm.
In fact, as Chairman said earlier, AFI is very instrumental, one of the instrumental group that beg the malls to really give us a discount. Not a 50% discount, but a favorable discount that we can survive. This is, I know for a fact, this is the season of kindness. And I think kindness is more contagious than this virus.
Mhm.
So tuloy-tuloy po kami. In fact, I'm happy to announce, first time in this network, we're going to have a virtual reseller expo for
Wow.
all the micro, small, medium enterprise. And
Wow.
this is for free. All of this is happy because we are the association of this association is very close to the micro,
Yes.
small, medium enterprise. In
Correct.
fact, our core is empowering the Filipino entrepreneurs.
Wow.
That's why you will see us. You will see us in many government activities. Andyan po ang AFI. We're always supporting them. That's why we're very attached to the micro, small, medium enterprise.
Yeah,
Kaya po,
yeah.
tuloy po ang serbisyo namin sa bayan.
That is very beautiful, Sir George. Before I ask Chairman Eric again, saan po ninyo nakuha yung konsepto ng bayanihan? We know that, of course, buy is buying. No need to explain. But you somehow creatively integrated the buy and bayanihan. And is this open to everyone or is this open only to AFI members?
Okay po. It came from up there because we were all desperate. We were all crying. We, Chairman Eric and myself, during the peak of the lockdown, we normally listen to the entrepreneurs, at least 5 of them, at night, crying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, sabi namin, what can we do? What can we really do?
Mm-hmm.
So, at that time also, I saw the concert of Gary online. Imagine, Gary V.
So finally, you knew Gary. Finally, you
6
knew
million
Gary
one
when
day.
you saw that concert.
Yes. So sabi ko, he's the guy. He can be the hope. He can reminds us of hope and faith. So, suntok sa buwan. Let's ask Mr. Gary V if he can do it.
Okay.
And then everything. Well, the Bayanihan came from DDD. It's an ad agency. So all of a sudden, the ad agency, the marketing experts are now presenting to us. It was really Bayanihan. It was really a cooperation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you, President George. Now, Chairman Eric, earlier when you responded to the first question, you mentioned about 2 important things, which the keyword is digital. The keywords also is e-commerce platforms. Sigurado ako na marami pong mga members din, maraming mga maliliit na negosyante ang hindi na nakakaalam niyan. Ano bang pakialam nila nun? Basta, di ba, uso yung, you just have to have a kiosk there and that's it, you sell. But nobody, ever really thought of going into this digital transformation. So yung iba akala nila ay sige pwedeng next year pa, 2 years pa or 3 years pa. Pero in this case, it was COVID-19, which really pushed everyone to fast track digital transformation. My question, Chairman Eric, is gaano na ba sa experience nyo ba, marami na po bang mga nagsara din talaga ng mga small businesses? Can you cite some figures there, and have they really closed shop? And then my next question there is, how do you now transform into those digital platforms and e-commerce, and how are you communicating it with the members of AFI? That actually, ang nakakatuwa nga po sa AFI, even if you're non-AFI member, with your posts, with a lot of the information that you're giving, it is also benefiting a lot of small businesses, even if they do not belong to AFI. Chairman Eric.
Yeah, for your first question, as far as those who closed, within our ranks in AFI, safe to say probably between 15 to 20% in terms of branches that are in the malls. In terms of those in the malls, probably 50% have remained temporarily closed. Some have pivoted, creating satellite stores and distribution centers outside the malls, allowing their franchisees to have resellers of their own, thus having business in commissary. Again, Best George is one of them who started earlier in having their own product kits. And just this morning, we actually started as one of the legs of Bayanihan, a Bayanihan forum wherein we featured two resellers, unboxing resellers' products, to be able to encourage other micro or would-be entrepreneurs, because it's a complete ecosystem that we're trying to build, since the major malls are having difficulty in terms of foot traffic and sales. So our franchisees are open, but they need agents to be with them. And for those who have lost their jobs from different sectors, they can probably become our resellers. Thus creating that ecosystem of supporting cash flow between the businesses of the MSMEs.
Yeah, Chairman
Now,
Eric. Chairman Eric.
Yes.
I'm sorry to cut you there, but cash flow is very important, di ba? Parang napakahalaga niyan, kasi lalo na yung mga negosyante natin, yun ang unang-unang naging problema natin. So now, that is actually what we are supposed to introduce to a lot of MSMEs. We have Security Bank that's really providing us a cash management solution. Can you talk more about how Security Bank and AFI, your partnership with AFI, help MSMEs? We know, what's the value of cash management solutions and the shift to digitalization. Each of you can respond to it.
Well, Security Bank and AFI's partnership has been there since, well, before COVID, so around 2 years already. And the cash management solution of Security Bank allowed our members to have easier access to their services. Number one, primordial objective of the partnership was to allow the franchisors to expand their businesses through, of course, the assistance, cash loans for qualified franchisors. But then again, moreover than the loans, it's the cashless transactions, online banking, payroll services that they were able to provide for some members who have already made deposits to their branches. So these are the services that we were able to get. And we were able to do some forums with Security Bank in aid of empowering and enabling micro and small entrepreneurs as far as franchising business model is concerned. Now, going to digital, we've always embarked on the concept that AFI empowers entrepreneurs, but somehow before you empower, you should enable. Okay, and that enablement came in the light of our sessions in the forums, to the guests that we have invited who are subject matter experts in digital. President George mentioned earlier that one of our allied partner associations is Philippine Marketing Association, where they have subject matter experts on e-commerce, digital platforms, sales, branding, and the resource persons were made available for free to AFI members. So it was a very valuable exchange of insights and learnings, because all of these are free. Basically, they don't have to pay for it. And all they need to do was just actually to tune in. And imagine having that almost even twice a week and even weekly for the last 5 months. So it's been a roller coaster journey as far as our sessions are concerned. And this morning, as I mentioned earlier, President George came about with a different platform. So it was a, how would I call it, Pres George? A little bit jollier session, no? Kasi alam mo, the mood of the people, hindi lang entreps, no? Everyone, since we've been to ECQ, to MECQ, GCQ, then MECQ, then GCQ again. Emotions and anxieties running like a roller coaster, where your confidence level is being stretched from a different perspective. And especially for our friends who are in the food business, like Pres George, I'm into the learning and development. And to me, I was the first one to surrender to digital. And all of my learning sessions have been transferred to digital. It's been 5 years ago that I was being convinced to do a recorded version, but I can't really do it. But because of this pandemic, immediately in 2 weeks' time, I needed to adapt to it. So somehow, all of these things that has been confronting us allows us to discover new things, and exactly what you were mentioning, like digital. A lot have been said in terms of pivoting your business, BCP, business continuity plans. We can get all the help that we can from other sectors, because, as you know, entreps are very good operations people. But somehow we need help from the ICT sector and the marketing people.
Okay, perfect.
To add to that,
yeah, Chairman Eric. Yeah, thank you very much. Now, President George, I have interviewed your other predecessors, but I think being the president of AFI makes you the toughest president so far, because your reign somehow is the most challenging year, probably not only of AFI, but yes, but the world. So we are actually running out of time, Sir George, but as I mentioned, you deserve 1 hour each, to be interviewed here in Open for Business. But my final question is, can you provide, let's start with Sir George, can you share your tips to small businesses, how they can thrive, especially during these tough times, and what do you look out for? What opportunities will you find, especially during this time of pandemic? Sir George, it's your time po.
okay. First, let me give you this tip to all the entrepreneurs, the micro, small, medium enterprise. I think this is the time where we all going to bounce back. This is the time that we have to think of fighting back. Okay? Tapos na po yung freeze mode, flight mode. This is now the fight mode. What we're looking at the fight mode. Number 2, let's check our entrepreneurial mindset or our mindset. Okay? Mindset is your mental state. What is your mental state? Is your mental state to win? Is your mental state is to get out of this crisis? Is your mental state to save your family? After that, if you have a strong mindset, maybe we can now look at the innovation mindset. Are you willing to take the risk? Are you willing to take the risk to create a new way to sell your product? Innovation and pivoting. Are you open? Do you have a growth mindset? If you all have that, I'm pretty much sure you will survive this tough journey. And I have seen this through all my colleagues. All of them are now selling anything and pivoting. Of course, I have encountered also people like, patatapos na yan, I'll just wait. No, I don't think that's the right attitude. The right attitude now is, come on, let's fight and survive. Everybody now will be in the starting line. And my only wish is that my fellow entrepreneurs, the micro, small, medium enterprise, I hope I can see you all again in the starting line.
Wow.
That's my tip.
Yeah, that's well said, Sir George. Chairman
Thank you
Eric,
so much.
your final words.
Yeah, I'll compliment what President George mentioned. No? He mentioned about things that would be internal for NTREPS. My take would be on the other side, continuously communicate with your stakeholders, like your customers, always be present with them. Remember, this is the time to have more relationship than profit, to be more compassionate, talk to your suppliers, talk to your creditors, talk to your landlords, all of these in check. With the advice of Pres George, with the right mindset, we'll be able to survive this, because really there's a very difficult way of finding the right formula to this. We do it day by day. The best way is to communicate to everyone, stay present, take out some facts in your business. If you have products that are not really core, if you have services that are not really your main, so try to conserve some capital to be able to focus it on your core products and core services. And hopefully, as President George said, we'll see each other at the starting line.
Wow. Thank you. Promise me, Sir George and Sir Eric, that you will guest again 1 hour for each of you here in Open for Business. That's the president of AFI, Mr. George Winnicky, and the chairman of the board of AFI, Mr. Eric Kai. Open for Business will be back with the first vice president for cash management solutions of Security Bank, who will talk about cash management flow and digitalization, and how Security Bank can help small businesses during tough times. Open for Business will return. Stay tuned.
Hello, my name is Robin and I'm 5 years old. My mom and dad said many people are getting sick. That is why we have to stay at home. That is why I cannot go to school. I cannot play outside. And I cannot even visit my friends. We can only go outside if we visit the doctor. Or if we need to buy some food. And when we get home, we have to wash our hands. While I'm at home, I do my homework, clean up my toys, help cooking our food, and help my parents with their work. Please stay home so we can all play together again. Bye!
Open for Business is back, and our first part was a very exciting interview, a very exciting discussion. But this one is even more exciting because we will be talking about the value of cash management flows and efficient cash management solution. And to explain about all these things, we have Mr. Robbie Pablo, the first Vice President for Cash Management Solutions of Security Bank. Magandang araw sa iyo, Robbie.
Hi. Hi, good day, Cesar. Thank you for having me over for a brief discussion on digitization.
Now, a lot of small businesses don't necessarily give value to this. So, pag small business owner ka, you just focus sometimes on your business. But we mentioned about I think one of the very, very important tip earlier was having a cash management solution. What is it, Robbie, and how does it help businesses?
Cash management is essentially help providing tools to better manage the funds flow of our business clients. So it's basically the collections and the way they do their payments. So how can they efficiently do that? And in Security Bank, we take pride in providing more digital tools to better or to make businesses more efficient. Security Bank has heavily invested early on, even before the pandemic, on cash management, on digital tools. We have award-winning solutions that our customers are availing of right now. Prior to the pandemic, it is primarily large corporations who we observe as the takers, the main takers of digital tools for cash management solutions from banks. However, this pandemic has opened the eyes, as we see it, with our SME customers in using digital tools, banking tools, to help make their businesses more efficient during this period.
Now, Robbie, in layman's terms, when you say cash management solution, you mentioned about collection of cash, using it, properly managing it. So, what happens if you don't have an efficient cash management solution?
What we've noticed in terms of behaviors of our business customers is that there will be some inefficiencies in the process. So in having tools, business tools, managing your funds flow, you could efficiently do your business. So the turnaround time in the cash flow management will help you buy more goods because you could effectively monitor your collections. And yung goods na binili mo in return can be sold right away. Prior to COVID, of course, the traditional tools, going to the bank, viewing your balances online, creating inefficiencies that were, sayang, one day din yun, kunyari. But if you have efficient tools, digital tools, right, at your fingertip from your house, you could efficiently monitor and you could already buy goods right away and sell it. So the cash cycle becomes faster.
And then in that case, as you mentioned, with this digital platform, you are able to really focus on what you do best. Like, for example, if you're into a production of your product, you can really focus on more on the other sides of operations, creativity, for example, product development. So it's Security Bank that manages your cash management digitally. Is that correct, Robbie?
Yeah. We have tools. You can leave it with us. We can provide you with the tools to help you manage one aspect of your business and help you focus more on the key areas of your business that will deliver more revenue generating streams for you.
Now, during as we talked about during the earlier discussions, a lot of the SMEs, Robbie, hindi sila talaga ready dito. Kumbaga, ang daming, as Chairman Eric and President George mentioned during the earlier part of the interview, they were caught unaware. They were caught off guard. You know, they were not really prepared. A lot of their members, not only members of AFI, but small businesses. Sa Security Bank ba, in your case, are this somehow even before COVID, did you somehow prepared the online transactions? Did you already is this part of your digital transformation strategy really focused on providing the ease of doing business with SMEs and with your other customers?
Security Bank, as I mentioned early on, takes pride in doing that digital pivot prior to COVID, prior to this pandemic. The bank has invested heavily in the needed infrastructure to support the digital platform where our customers can do business, can do banking with ease and with convenience. As we say, we're providing better business banking tools to our customers. Security Bank has been, in fact, cited consistently by international financial institutions for the digital tools that we've been providing our customers. And I think this pandemic has opened the eyes of our SME customers on the importance or the value of having digital tools to support them in their businesses. It's not that we're saying that they are not digitally connected. They've been availing of certain digital or cash management products like the basic payroll or government statutory payments for online with Security Bank. However, this pandemic opened their eyes on other tools that they may need to have them do their businesses. Instead of going to the branch, if they could do it online, they'd rather do it online. And luckily, Security Bank has most of the tools our businesses need to help them do their businesses online.
That was well explained, Robbie. Now my question is, there was this beautiful concept that was discussed earlier by Eric and George of AFI, which is bayanihan. So is the Security Bank also involved in this project?
Yeah. Bayanihan is actually one of the ways or the avenues by which Security Bank reaches out to SMEs and MSMEs to provide them with tools, digital tools, to do business with ease and to provide them with digital mechanisms so that they could go about with doing their business in a more efficient way.
Wow. Okay. So, in short, do they have, like, say, if you want to really go through this cash management solution and digital platform, kunyari, bago pa ako on SME, or I just recently established, or I have, I am an SME and I am using a different bank, but because of, hopefully with this episode, a lot of people will know about Security Bank. How will they go through the process of getting that cash management solution and digital platforms of Security Bank?
Again, Security Bank takes pride in doing a lot of things digitally. We, in fact, have launched our online account opening mechanism to make it also easy for our business customers to open their accounts in Security Bank. We also have, we constantly improve on our digital platforms like DigiBanker and Security Bank Online by giving our customers the right tools that they need so that they can conduct their business or their daily banking transactions online. What we may add right now is banks right now are really hasten the process of developing more tools. Before, medyo, sige, we buy time, we look, we wait, we create demand, but right now the demand is there.
Yes.
So development is essential, and Security Bank has that focus on developing constantly new products, innovative solutions to make it easier for our customers, may they be business, may they be retail, in conducting their banking transactions.
Now, Robbie, a lot of people are also afraid to go to the banks. Pero sabi mo nga, you have, everything is online. Even opening an account can be done online. And I myself is a Security Bank user. But here at the office, here at the studio, we really practice social distancing and all the other health and safety protocols. Is that the same with the banks? For Security Bank, what measures are you doing to help spread the virus? Because a lot of people will, and it's inevitable for some people to go to the bank. Some, even if they cannot do it online, but there are some instances that you really, it is inevitable that you go through that queue, you line up and pay or do your transaction. So what are the measures that Security Bank is doing to help prevent the virus?
Of course, Security Bank prescribes to the health and safety protocols as required. We also practice social distancing in our branches to avoid the spread of this disease. And one of the things that Security Bank is actively doing right now is really promoting heavily the use of our online channels, our various online channels, may it be for business, may it be for individual customers, and encouraging them to use these channels to do their banking. So instead of going to the branch, lining up to pay their bills, if they can do it online, we'd rather push them there so that we could also help maintain the safety of our customers and our employees.
Robbie, what about your retail clients? What services are you providing to retail?
For our retail customers, we also have the Security Bank Online as the digital tool where they can do their banking transactions. Quite recently, during the pandemic, we launched the capability of our Security Bank Online to do transfers to another bank. So these are some solutions within that digital channel to make it easier for them to do their banking transactions.
Okay, Robbie, I think we're running out of time, and can you also provide tips for small businesses, how they can thrive during these times, and for businesses, what should they look out for, including opportunities that can help them thrive in a pandemic? And I'll add my last question. Why would MSMEs consider Security Bank as the bank of choice?
I think I'm taking off from a good point that was raised by George of AFI, that now is the period to fight back, to bounce back for our businesses. And in doing so, this is an opportunity also for the businesses to start looking at how they can make things more efficient for them in doing the whole process of their business. And one thing that Security Bank can offer are the tools that that are made available to the SMEs. These are tools that can help them conduct their business with ease, with efficiency. These are tools that can help them do their better, to have a better banking experience. And I think that is what Security Bank takes pride in on. We are ready to take on the digital pivot of our customers because of our tools, because of our online services that can really help them.
Wow, that's a great way to end this episode of Open for Business. Thank you very much, Robbie, for joining us this afternoon, and we hope that our viewers who are interested to know more about cash management solutions and the other digital platforms that Security Bank can offer, we hope that they can go to the website or the Facebook page or other online sites of Security Bank. Where can they find you and the site, Robbie? And of course, you also have branches in Quezon City, and as a matter of fact, we are in great talks with I think the Commonwealth branch. Where can they find more information about Security Bank, Robbie?
They can just go to the Security Bank website and gather more information on the services that we can offer. And it is also in our corporate website, where all our online account opening forms can be made accessible to our potential customers.
Thank you so much, Robbie, and to the Security Bank team who facilitated this interview. Ivan, Anna, we also have Reg, and all the other people, behind this interview with Mr. Robbie Pablo, the first Vice President for Cash Management Solutions of Security Bank. Thank you very much, Robbie. Open for Business will be back with the term and word of the week. Stay tuned.
Turuan din natin ang mga bata ng tamang paghugas ng mga kamay. Basain ang kamay ng tubig at lagyan ng sabon. Kuskusin ang iyong mga palad. Gayon din ang pagitan ng mga daliri. Pati na ang likod ng mga palad at daliri. Ganon din ang iyong hinalaki, kasama ang mga dulo ng iyong mga daliri. Pagkatapos ay iyong kalapulsuhan. Gawin ito ng kahit 20 segundo. Pagkatapos ay banlawan ng tubig at patuyuin.
And our term of the week is from Investopedia.com. Our term of the week is cash management. It is the process of collecting and managing cash flows. Cash management can be important for both individuals and companies in business. It is a key component of a company's financial stability. For individuals, cash is also essential for financial stability, while also usually considered as part of a total wealth portfolio. Individuals and businesses have a wide range of offerings available across the financial marketplace to help with all types of cash management needs. Banks are typically a primary financial service provider for the custody of cash assets. There are also many different cash management solutions for individuals and businesses seeking to obtain the best return on cash assets or the most efficient use of cash comprehensively. And our word of the week is from Christopher Rice. He said, "Every day is a bank account and time is our currency. No one is rich, no one is poor. We've got 24 hours each." Thank you for watching Open for Business. Join us again in the next episodes of Open for Business for more insights from CEOs, thought leaders, industry experts, and SMEs promoting business development in the Philippines. See you again every Saturday and Sunday here in Open for Business, where we discuss business information, deliver the latest business news to keep you informed and open for business, and be ahead of the curve from vision to action. You're on Facebook Live on Eagle News and at Net25 TV, and you can watch this again in the video section of the Eagle News and Net25 Facebook pages and on eaglenewslive.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Net25 TV. Thank you again for watching. For Open for Business, this is Cesar Vallejos. We live in interesting times. Have a great day.